Hi there, welcome back. So this is the second video of this new year. We are going to use these beautiful rose or peony rose shaped flower coasters. And I'm just showing you some absolutely stunning mica powders made by a company called Mold. As usual, everything that we use in this video will be linked in the description box. So all we're going to do is something you've seen us do probably before if you've watched any of our previous videos. If you haven't, why not check out our playlist? We did do something a little bit different in December. We did all kinds of crafting, whether it was cooking, paper craft, wall craft, felting, all kinds. But we normally stick to using either epoxy resin, eco resin. We're going to do some air dry clay and maybe some 3D sculptural art. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, share, give us a thumbs up. Have you started your crafting for the new year? Or are you not a crafter at all? Do you just like watching crafting videos? Let us know in the comments if there's anything in particular that you'd really like to see that maybe we've done before but you'd like to see us do it again, or suggest colours and combinations, glitter, not glitter, foils or not. Then let us know in the comments. We always appreciate feedback as long as, of course, it is constructive. So moving on, all I've done is dipped a dry bristled paintbrush into that beautiful mica powder made by a company called Mold. Sounds unusual. They also make resin and they do silicone molds, all sorts. Eco resin they've just started doing. It's called Marbelux. Hopefully going to get to use some of that very, very soon. Very excited about that. Yeah, we're just dipping the brush into the mica powder and then brushing it onto the mold and then really burnishing it on. Now, some bits of this are on a time lapse, this video, just because I took my time doing this. So you don't want to sit and watch me doing this for 10 minutes. So we do tend to speed certain bits of the video up where it's repetition of a particular technique. Beautiful golden yellow there. And then this stunning, stunning periwinkle blue, or would you call that teal? I don't know, a silvery blue. Very, very metallic-y looking. Now, if you were just using epoxy resin, so regular epoxy resin, and poured it in, you would get those colours true to colour. But we're using eco resin. This eco resin is Aquacast. It's made by our company called Elegance. I've mixed it up using the instructions and calculations as per what's on the packet, and also if you go on their website they also have a calculator there. You put in the mold volume, so you measure how much liquid the mold will take, and then you put that information in and it tells you how much powder and how much water you need. Now that is not my hand, that's Wayne's hand. He is somebody else that also makes and creates things for the channel. He's part of the team here. He's also my partner in life. So moving on. But those of you who know him, have seen our videos, you'll recognise his hands. So he mixed up the Aquacast Eco Resin. This is only his second time of using this particular type of product, so he's a little bit nervous. So, you know, give him a thumbs up, give him a nice comment. But he put it in, and you agitate the mould to make sure that all the little bubbles come up to the surface and that it is thoroughly spread into all the detailed parts of the flowers, the flower and the petals in this mould. Put them aside. Let them cure. So this is literally an hour later, back to me, and I am demoulding it. Now we've got a little bit of overspill, which is absolutely fine. Any little bits that you get like that, keep them and collect them up, put them in a container, and you can use them in terrazzo style pieces. Now, if you don't know what I mean by that, check out our previous video, came out on Friday. That was Friday I'm just checking the calendar, the 9th of January, and you'll see what I mean about a terrazzo effect. So that was the blue. Do you see how much duller it's got? And this as well. Obviously these are not shiny like epoxy resin, because that's just not the effect that you get with eco resins. Right. And also I'm not wearing gloves, because with eco resin you don't need to wear gloves, although if you want to wear them, please do. Still work in a well ventilated area, especially as most eco resin require sanding. Now what you can see me doing here, as I said, obviously bits have been sped up. I'm just taking off those little bits of overpour that have all completely cured. There we go. Here's a little bit of a close-up of them. Now, you could just leave these now exactly as they are. Seal them, though. You do have to seal the eco resin pieces that you make. Just makes them a bit more... waterproof, I suppose, to a degree. Now, one thing I should say is you should never be fully immersing anything made from eco resin in water, because obviously they made with water and powder. What you don't want them to is over time is to degrade back down, and you end up with sort of like a mushy, white, pulpy solution. You really don't want that. So all I'm doing here, I'm just going to do a bit of demonstrating of sanding. I'm using wet and dry sandpaper. It's 240 grit. I've put a bit of kitchen roll down there, or kitchen paper. I've cut myself a piece of sandpaper. I'm just dabbing that water over the surface. And then next bit's going to be sped up. I sanded the back. Now, it literally took about 30 seconds to sand each one of the back of these, because they had hardly any unevenness. And so they really didn't need very much sanding at all. The only other thing to mention is do feel around the edges of the bottom of your coasters when you make them, just to make sure there's no little sharp edges. If there are, just a very, very light sand just around the edges, like I'm doing there, just to make sure it's nice and smooth. We will be putting little protective feet, I think that's what you would call them, on the bottoms of these. They're just like little plastic dots. So that if you put them down on a surface, it's not going to mark your surface. Now, we've got a bit of fading going on the yellow one and the bluey coloured one. Not so much on that beautiful lavender or the corally pink. I wasn't quite sure why that had happened. The mica powder just didn't stick to the silicone mould. And then... well, it did stick to the silicone mould, and then obviously when we removed it, it stayed in the silicone mould a bit more than the others. What I'm showing you here, this is Diction Gloss Sealer. Now, you can use any kind of sealant that you've got when you're using eco resin. So whether that's by Aquacast themselves, they do make one. It's called it's a sealant. It's for Aquacast and Hydroflow. There'll be a link in our previous video to that one. This is one made by Diction. It's white when you pour it out, and then hey ho, look at this, a little bit of gold, lol. Honestly, a little bit of gold. Ongoing joke with this channel, as in it's not one of our projects unless it's got a little bit of gold somewhere. Now, the previous video didn't have any shock, horror, amazement and surprise, but this one has. I have seen this done once before, but the sealant they used was clear. And I think with hindsight, if I was going to do this again, I'd find a sealant that was completely clear and then add the mica powder in. But look at that. It's like, you know, the pearlized. Have you seen the white pearlized paints? So you've got white with a hint of green, white with a hint of blue, white with a hint of gold. That's what I think this looks like. Now, I haven't done this before myself. I wasn't sure if it was going to work. But all I've done is got a regular little paintbrush there, artist brush, and I'm just brushing it over. Now, that looks like it's picking up really, really well. My only concern was brush strokes. Now, it's very, very difficult not to get any brush strokes. You could try applying it with a sponge, but again, I didn't know if it was going to give the effect I wanted. And to be honest, what it has done is it's given it more of a patina, or a patina. I'm not quite sure how you say that word. Patina. Basically, an aged elegance sort of look to it. Now, you do this, it will seal the piece completely. Don't forget to do the bottom, up to you if you do it with the gold mica in it as well. By the way, that mica powder was from a Scoops haul that we bought from Jules at Resin Jules and Helena at Resin Detra Supplies. So shout out to them. The haul that we bought, the monster scoops that we bought from your Scoops Live on Instagram recently arrived, and couldn't wait to use it. Lots and lots of lovely goodies in that. Again, we've done scoops hauls and shown you what comes in those sorts of scoops in the past. So if you check it out on our playlist, you'll be able to see it. By the way, I should also say hi to everybody who's watching this today in the live, joined us in for the premiere in the live chat, and hello to everybody who is watching anyway. If you've subscribed to our channel, thank you. Give us a thumbs up. How are you all? Hope you're all doing well in this new year and had a lovely festive break. Whether you celebrate it or not, it was just usually nice to have a few days off from work, isn't it? And onwards. So here we are. Now it dried. Now, to be honest with you, I wasn't 100% certain. It needed something else. Now you might think, no, it doesn't, Laura. Stop there. Stop there. You're going to put too much on. Yes, possibly. Possibly. But I reached for the Deco colour pens, which are beautiful. These are from, we bought these from a local company to us called U Studio. Again, I'll put their link in the description box. They do have a website, but they also, we didn't know how, but they have a shop actually in the Bristol area in the UK. You can also buy them from Amazon, but if we want to do that, it's going to take 2 or 3 weeks for them to get to us, whereas if we can just pop down the road and get it instead. So all I'm doing here is just going round and using it to highlight the surface area. So I mean like the raised edges. So all the detail of the petals, the edges of the petals and so on. Trying to give it a bit more depth. Trying to emphasize the sort of faded elegance of it. I think that's the right words. Faded elegance. Again, you know, it might not be to everybody's taste, but the idea as well is not to be really, trying to think of the right word to describe this. So to be a bit more naive with the way you're putting it on. So don't be too particular. Don't be, you're not looking for something that is of equal size of line, you know, the width of the lines and so on. It really doesn't matter if it's a bit jagged edged or a bit wonky, for a better term, for want of a better term. This is supposed to look like faded elegance, and that's the only way I can describe it. Bit vintage looking maybe. You may have seen this done by other artists. Look at that. Do you see what I mean there? It creates shading and shadow and highlights and just general elegance, I think. But I love these. Now here are the finishing shots. I will just say thank you for watching again. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Our videos come out twice a week on a Friday and a Sunday at 5 PM UK time. We're going to be dabbling in a bit more in the way of eco resin this year, and also some air dry clay, and as I said earlier, maybe some 3D art sculptural things. I really enjoyed making these. I really hope you've enjoyed watching the video, and maybe have a go yourself. Take care everybody, have a fantastic week, and we'll see you again on Friday. Bye bye.